If you guys want the fastest way to improve your aim, get some Control Freaks for cheap. Use code Goblin for 10% off and improve your aim today. Link in the description. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II video. In today's video, there's been some more updates around this big update that's coming basically next week into this game. Michael Condrey and Sledgehammer Games once again have been talking more about this on Reddit and basically been discussing other things that they're going to change. And today's video, we're going to talk about the shotgun changes as well as the sprint out time, which has been a big issue I've seen people talk about in the comments. And they made a post about that, which is sort of interesting. And, you know, I kind of want to break it down. So a lot of stuff to talk about today. If you guys could drop a like on this video, that would be awesome. Let's go ahead and let's try to smash out 33 likes. That would be awesome if you could hit that. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And let's get this started. So the first thing we'll start with here is the shotguns. Now, the shotguns are going to be changed. Most of these updates are going to be rolling out sometime next week. My guess would be Tuesday, because right now, this weekend, right now as I'm making this video, there's the CWL New Orleans tournament going on. And of course, they don't usually update on weekends. So a competitive tournament, plus they don't usually update on weekends. They've said these updates are all going to roll out sometime early next week, or, you know, next week, you know, sometime around there. My guess is just early. So this is what Michael Condrey says about shotguns and what they're going to change. Firstly, we're looking at a unit range nerf to the combat shotgun. We're close to the sweet spot, but weapon balance is literally a matter of micro changes in some cases to get it right for where we and the community want it. As a reminder, we had buffed it post-launch by plus 50 units, and we think a nerf of 20 units will place it correctly. So what they're saying around this combat shotgun is it looks like it's going to be nerfed next week, and basically the buff that made this thing so beast was a plus 50 range buff, and now this nerf that they're going to do is going to be a nerf of minus 20. So it's still going to be better, a lot better than it was before the original patch, because we're going to be at a plus 30 from the post-launch changes around this combat shotgun, but you will get more hit markers down range. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Of course, these numbers don't really mean much to me until I can actually test out the gun. As far as the combat shotgun, yes, I don't think you should be able to one-shot people at super long ranges. It should be 2 or 3 shots, but sometimes the combat shotgun gets hit markers on people right in front of you. So it's one of the most, you know, strongest guns in the game, but it's also definitely the most inconsistent, or one of the most inconsistent ones, and, you know, something that I love to play with. Hopefully this nerf gets this gun where it's in a balanced spot. And I definitely think they need to buff some other shotguns, but it looks like that's the first nerf we're going to have. Now, what they've said also is, second, we've heard from you and have seen the in-match data, and we need to make the M21 sawed-off shotgun a bit stronger. We're testing out a buff to range and or reload to help this weapon be more competitive within the primaries, and more to come soon. So basically, those are the only 2 shotguns they're talking about right here. I wish they would talk a little bit about some other ones, but that's all they've really said. Looks like a nerf to the combat shotgun and a buff to the M21 sawed-off shotgun, which is definitely interesting. I think they need to do more to the shotguns here. I think every single shotgun should be analyzed and looked at, and you know, of course, the combat shotgun is probably the best one. The sawed-off is one of the worst. So these are positive changes, but I feel like this is, you know, a broken record. Every time there's an update, I say they're taking steps in the right direction, but they're not going all the way, so, which is kind of like, I don't know if they want to just keep changing the game as it goes, or if they feel like, oh, we have all year, just, you know, fix 2 of the shotguns, rest of them, we'll get to them in June or July. I don't know what their mindset is, but honestly, you need to be looking at all of these shotguns. More need changes than just these 2, in my personal opinion. Of course, you guys can let me know what you think about that down in the comment section down below, but it looks like those changes are going to be implemented into the game early next week. Next thing is with the 100 points in domination. Basically, they confirmed what that is. It's going to be called a Domination XL playlist, and basically, I guess for extra large, I don't know, XL, that for 100 points instead of 50 points. Basically, that's what it's going to be. So that playlist looks to be rolling out sometime next week also. So if you guys do support 100 points per kill in Domination, play that Domination XL playlist. Now, here's the problem, in my opinion. Where are they going to put that Domination XL playlist? Is it going to be under the featured tab? Is it going to be at the bottom of the list? If so, there's going to be no noobs in that playlist. It's going to be all tryhards, and everyone's just going to go back to regular Domination. So, you know, if they put the Domination XL at the top, it's going to go over extremely well and be an awesome playlist. If they put it where it's just all tryhards and XL and then Domination is just normal, you know, with a lot of noobs, I'll probably just play the normal Domination, because 100 points per kill, of course, is a big deal. But when the streaks are at this weak point they are in the game, you know, it's like, whatever. You know, I want to get UAVs, of course. That's a main streak that helps you do good. But hopefully this Domination XL playlist is implemented properly. I wish they would just change over the normal Dom to 100 points and just test that out for a week or two. But I guess it looks like it's going to be its completely own playlist. Unless they, I mean, they never said exactly what they're going to do. I guess they could just convert Dom over to Dom XL. But I'm guessing there'll be two separate things, not to piss off the, you know, the active fan base who enjoy Domination at 50, you know, because there are some people that do enjoy it like that. Next thing, which is the biggest thing about this video, is they talked about the sprint out time in this game. Now, a lot of people have concerns with this. The sprint out time is too slow. Quick draw doesn't help you, blah, 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 which is all true. And this is what Michael Condrey said. Now, he said a lot of stuff about the sprint out time, and I'll get started here. So he says, in past Call of Duty games, the dexterity perk made the ADS time out of sprint faster. In some cases, plus 50% faster than without dexterity. This made it a crutch perk and by far the most used perk in those games. We initially had a basic training that offered this functionality, but found it was once again being chosen much more often than the other options presented. When there's a crutch perk like this, it results in a non-choice for players since they feel they need to take that perk or basic training just to be competitive. This problem was shown with our division system, which promotes a more focused playstyle through a sole, meaningful, basic training choice rather than a multi-choice pick system. So, that's the first thing he said, which I definitely have a bone to pick about this one. So, they're basically trying to say their division system is better than the perk system. It's just not. You know, there's not as much customizability, and customizability is king when it comes to a game like Call of Duty, right? So, I think most people agree that the perk system is definitely the way to go. Division system isn't that bad. It's just something that really didn't need to be fixed. I mean, it's kind of cool at first, but it definitely, you know, you have more customizability on the perk system, and there's no debate about that. Now, as far as the crutch perk, I understand what he's saying here and why they put it like this. Is it was the same with Primed. Primed was a crutch perk. You had to use it or you would get extreme flinch, and I'm glad they fixed that. At the same time, I still feel like there's a crutch perk in this game, and in my opinion, that crutch perk is called Hunker, because at least in the game mode that I play, Domination, grenades are so strong. Every single person has them. Every life they're throwing grenades. Think about how many times people die in this game, you know, especially on a smaller map, Flak Tower, Point du Hoc. Every single person chucking grenades every time. You cannot play the objective at all if you don't have Hunker, and I would consider that a crutch perk. So if they're really against crutch perks like that, they would have to nerf the grenades, in my opinion, to make Hunker not be a crutch perk. That's what I have to say about that. So the crutch perk, it's true, but you still have one in your game at this point, and that's why you'll see me run Hunker all the time. It's not because, you know, the enemies are super good with grenades. It's because there's so many of them, they're so strong, and the spam is huge. I feel like I need to run Hunker, because also the other reason is even if I get hit by the nade but I don't die, the health regen is so slow that I'm immune, or not immune, but I'm the complete opposite of immune. I'm prone to being shot and being killed instantly within the next 8 seconds or whatever. Now, other stuff that they said is that the boots on the ground in a World War II era meant that there was more than just not having boost jumps and an arsenal of speed buffs. They decided to basically make this is their final statement about it. We decided to make the ADS time out of sprint the same as normal ADS time and not offer a means to make it faster. We do have the quick draw attachment, which makes ADS speed faster across the board, and as you can imagine, is super popular. A dexterity perk plus quick draw attachment crutch combo just didn't work for our design ambitions and in-game feel for this game. They have discussed a buff to ADS sprint out times for Airborne, but they already have the SMG heavy meta, and they're convinced it's not the best option for the game. So basically they're saying SMGs are already too strong right now, but if they were to get worse in the future, that could be an option. They don't think that a dexterity basic training is a good option either, but this is the most interesting part of this post. Perhaps a new movement-focused division with other trade-off built-ins would be a future option, but don't hold us to that. That would be dope. A movement-focused division, and this just proves they're thinking more divisions are coming. I think we already know there's more divisions coming. There's a 6th division, maybe even, you know, a 7th or 8th division. I think that's the right play, man. Make more divisions, which will add more customizability, and then maybe by the end of this game's life cycle, maybe your division system is better than the perk system. It'd have to be in some insane stuff, but I definitely think that's the right way to go. I know, you know, a lot of people, you know, I don't really feel this post. They're basically saying that as of right now, there's no changes to the sprint out times in the immediate future, but it still is open, and basically giving their ideas behind it. They want it to be play more like a boots on the ground you know, I guess you could say slower, non-crutch perk based game. Understandable, that's their opinion on it, and that's all the updates we have as of right now. Look out early next week. There's going to be a huge updates coming. I can't wait for them. I can't wait to keep you guys updated, hop on the game and play, and test out all these new things when they come next week. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, sub for a cookie and don't looky, and I'm out. Peace. Have a great night, guys.